are you doing?
Hello, beautiful. I'm out of gas, so pretty much at a standstill for now. I thought I was gonna get some work done, but it looks like it's time to come see you, unfortunately. You know what I mean? Like, let's just take a break from welding tonight and getting stuff done. Let's come in the house and see you, I guess. Oh boy.
Sounds like it was meant to be.
We get to go have all kinds of fun. We get to go in the house and spend time with our old lady. We don't get to finish our project up tonight like we was planning. Now we just get to go see you. Oh, jumping for joy. Why are you smiling? Jumping for joy, Nikki.
That's the best thing that's happened all day.
Ain't worth a darn. Well, I was hoping to get this thing welded up, but I started realizing when I was welding, so I started saying, man, them welds don't look too good. I don't think there's enough gas. I pull my old thing out, stick it next to my ear, hit it. No gas. So
you were welding up these?
I started welding those up. And I went ahead and finished up on that. I said, heck, well, the worst I do is grind it and redo it. Had this little display gave to me with these cameras on it. It said use it as a backup camera if I want to use it. So I'm gonna take all this stuff out of it, use it in the bus. It's gonna work out pretty good. Back work on the bus. Gotta start trimming this, getting it in there. So I'm gonna measure from this point to there, because then I know what kind of slant I need to come down at for that one and for this one, how long I need the legs to be. So measure from point to point. So let's go ahead and get that measured out and start getting it cut. So just like that, weld it around it. I gotta work a little bit on that far side. It's sloped backwards, and this right, the middle one right here sloped in just a little bit. So I'm gonna have to work a little bit on the height though, as you can tell right there. I'm gonna have to trim that front off a little bit so it drops down a little bit more than that. We'll be good with this, and then once we get that side, we'll work on it, getting it where we need it. Rain came and it was hot, so I decided to set up a little work area here because we need to get this thing done. Let's get the welding real quick. I mean, this don't really matter, but for me, I just want to show y'all so you can rock this side to side here. So what I do is make sure it's out on the outside edge and make sure right here is somewhat even when I spot it, and I'll check the rear for the same thing. So we got that burnt in. So now like I said, I gotta plate this up from here, lay a flat piece here. Since I got this braced up here, I'm probably gonna go through right here on this edge here where the car's gonna be setting out area. I'm gonna cut me some pieces and go side to side here with it. Just that way we make sure we got enough bracing so it ain't pushing just on that metal without something in between the two of them. Man, it's hot. I decided since I already had this piece here, I cut me off a piece. Cover that well right over there. We'll use this piece right here for it. Saves a couple dollars. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna clean up my edge. I'm gonna make me a little relief cut. I'm gonna mark where I need it on the inside and the outside. From here to there. I'll put me a little relief cut on the back side so we can fold it down real easily. Cut you a nice little straight line back and forth across it. Then I'll measure that point to this point, and I'll cut my next line, which should be 24 inches. And we'll cut our next line, and then we'll be able to bend those. So I stood it up on the edge. See a nice little crease it made right there. Now I'm gonna flip it around, do the same thing to the other side. With a little help from Caden, we was able to turn around and get it bent back on the back. So I can weld the seams, weld this up. The little work this front don't matter as much as this side being on the metal. It has to be pulled down tight. Well, this side won't have no kind of weight on it. Just be somewhere for you to step. So I got my pipe over, my tube over there. I'm gonna put me a cross one right here that touches the frame and comes up to where that support is, because the weight of the trucks up, or the car, the truck, anything I put up on here, I don't want all this to be flexing, so I put that across the frame. Now I'm gonna get the stick welder out. I'm gonna stick weld it to the frame. I'm gonna start stick welding the bed on it. So let me get all this stuff cleaned up. We got me some rods a minute ago. Start cleaning up where I can stick weld it. Got to take the welder and put it on 220. Now I can burn all this in. So I got that bar welded across. I got it welded. I got to weld the back corner right here. And I've welded all the way down that side on top of the frame. I got all that stuff welded. I welded 3 of these. I got these to weld, but my welding lead, I'm out of distance between my building and it. If I had Damien's car moved, I could use the outside receptacle, but right here where we're at right now, we're just gonna be at a standstill, so I can go ahead and start cutting my metal, capping this off, grinding it all down, and getting it on like the other side. I don't even think I'm gonna enclose that little area. That little area is so freaking small right there. I think I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna sheet it flat across the top. I'm gonna leave the gap right there. Only I don't think we'll have to worry about nothing. So let me be able to see the inside tires. If I walk past it, glance down in there occasionally for leaks or anything. So I think we're just gonna leave that open like that. Let's just get this boxed in like this. And give me a flat piece for the center. We're ready to rock and roll. I wanted to show y'all some things right here with this thing right here. So that's about how much higher the actual ramps are than what we already deal with. See, when that thing's hooked up, that's how tall it normally is. So we're talking about maybe a foot more, but we're gonna have a longer ramp to help it out, which I need to put in a hitch right there and just hook my trailer up to it. I'll just throw my ramps up here and we'll just pull this whole deal up on there. Get rid of the tongue jack. We got some ramps from there to here. Look at that bridge. Freaking awesome, man. But yeah, I go through and this is how high we're dealing with. So the worst part of this whole deal ain't gonna be that, because I'm gonna put some 8-foot ramps off the back of here. That'll bring it out. That'll make that a smooth transition wherever we go. But I gotta cut about I'm gonna cut here, I'm gonna cut here, and I'm gonna flatten it just where it don't have that peak right there. So if we can drop that down a 1/2 inch to 1 inch, we'll be good to go on anything we want to load on.